I want to read you, and I know you've seen it, but I want to read it anyway so everybody gets to see it. So I want to read you Bayless's response to what you said was your story. Okay?
Okay.
New York Post.
All right. I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
No.
Okay. This is the first time you're hearing it.
Somebody told me that he responded, and
But you haven't read it yet?
yes, I haven't
Okay.
read it. No.
New York Post.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Only to you. It was about you. You haven't read it yet.
Right.
Cris and I sparred often on First Take during the Tebow run in 2011. But I have zero memory of him telling me he was going to punch me in the face, Bayless said. What is your response to that?
Well, there's really no need for me to respond. There was no need for me to make something up. Actually, if you look in the comments, the producer of the show is in the comments.
Really?
And he says, I remember the show vividly.
He commented in the comments.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So then I wasn't on a TV show with Skip Bayless until I went to Fox.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't on any more shows for the next 4 or 5 years at ESPN with. So Stephen A is my guy, which we're going to have him on the show.
Which I'm looking forward to.
And he knows the reason why I wouldn't come on there was because the reason why, because I know a lot of people in the comments are like, wow, why would that get you so upset? There are certain rules when you do shows.
Okay.
There's certain understandings. There's certain places that you know as a host. I've hosted my show and I've been on other shows hundreds of times. You know there's certain places that are out of bounds. And if I'm on any type of show with even an athlete, let alone a non-athlete, it's totally out of bounds for me to talk about their lack of a sports career or whatever stats they had or thought they had or whatever little league team they got an MVP because it's just known in the business that we're just not going to go down that road. So when you do these shows, everyone understands that. But that's what makes some of these shows a little hokey, a little wrestling-ish as, oh, someone's got to win and someone's got to lose, but it's already staged. Who's going to win before you even open up your mouth?
Yeah. Big JTV, man. Like, comment, subscribe, sub, man. We heard from the Hall of Famer, man, Cris Carter. Cris Carter just broke down what essentially happened and his live reaction to Skip Bayless's comments. Skip Bayless basically said, Cris, you capping, you full of ish. You never got close to whooping me. We had a spirited debate, but ain't nothing happened after. You didn't threaten nothing. You didn't touch nothing. It is what it is. And Cris Carter, in his defense, he said, of course he's going to say that. He wants to cover his behind. You know what I mean? Now, as y'all have seen, I've been very, very clear. I respect Skip Bayless. A lot of people are going to be mad at this or not going to like what's going on or what I say with my commentary, but I have a lot of respect for Skip Bayless. Somebody in his 70s to have been working so hard in an industry that he helped create. Let me repeat again, he helped create. We have to understand that a lot of the people within the industry of, sports media and hot take culture came out of Skip's stomach, bro. No Diddy, maybe out of his, baseballs. No Diddy, if you know what I'm saying. They came out of his scrotum. That's what I'm trying to say here. Okay? These are his kids, including the biggest person in the whole entire hot take culture, Stephen A. Smith. That's his kid. Now, is it literally his kid in the sense that they copied exactly what he was doing? No. But because of Skip Bayless and the way that he trolls and says things that are outrageous, they were able to have a baseline of what they can also do. A is the example and the best example of this. You see Stephen A. trolling the Dallas Cowboys. It's become a running, gig, a running joke, because it's true, because it's based in truth, and it's so relatable. It's entertaining. Same way that Skip has been going at LeBron for the past 21 years. It's entertaining, but it's also partially true. Some of Skip's criticisms, as much as they're full of hate and disdain, they're partially true. When he calls Russell Westbrook, Westbrick, even though it's very disrespectful, it's also partially true because Russell Westbrook is not a very good shooter, especially in the past 3-4 seasons. He's been laying all kind of bricks. See, Cris Carter says something else later in the conversation where he kind of says that Skip had a lot of power and influence and the influence of hot take culture. And I think is very, very important to hear. So I'm going to put it right here.
For not winning a championship because he's just so frustrated that it's like a temper tantrum. Like, I don't know what else to say, so I'm going to go with that.
Right. And they have the protection because it's their show. It's not like he's a guest on someone else's show. They're on their show, so they have the protection. They have the producers. They have it. They have the ratings and everything. So, and the public, it became more and more popular. Like the public. So if the public agrees to it, they're going to provide more of it. So that's what they did.
But
they tried it. The public liked it.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave more of it.
But even though the public liked it, and even though you were getting the ratings, there's still certain things if you want, because you said Stephen A. is held in very high regard by athletes.
Stephen A. Yeah.
He can still debate. He can still hold his ground.
Well said by Cris Carter, man. His breakdown is great. And I'm going to tell you something like this. Cris Carter used to be on First Things First, right? With Nick Wright and somebody called Jenna or something like that. And he was not very good, in my opinion, at hot take culture because he was very disrespectful and demeaning to Nick Wright. And ironically, Nick Wright is now the number one talent at Fox Sports now. It's funny how the tables change, right? So I kind of like this version of, Cris Carter where he's actually talking, with what it looks like a friend. You know what I mean? His co-host is absolutely dog poop. He's not obviously media trained like that, but I like this version of Cris where it's not very antagonizing and very angry. He can just talk football and talk media and sports media, and that's what's happening now within media culture. People are not really feeling the fake, orchestrated, inauthentic beefs that we see in media. Even though Skip Bayless invented it or was one of the pioneers and made it very, very popular, it's just lost its flavor now. We just want to hear, real authentic takes and real sports analysis. I'm a sports fan, man, especially a football fan. I don't want to see super delusional Dak Prescott's going to win, the Super Bowl MVP this year. Cowboys are winning everything. Tom Brady is so much the GOAT. Everybody else is trash. You know what I mean? Put on your glasses. Put your glasses back on type of energy. Like having tantrums like a little child. Let me tell you something, man. A big problem with Skip. Skip is in his 70s and he has tantrums like a child, man. And you know what? They tried to control it by having Skip Bayless, be basically a moderator and play a point guard on his own show. And he still, sometimes it came out. That childish behavior. And it used to be great when he was talking about Tim Tebow, Johnny Manziel, LeBron James. But people got tired of it. And the thing is, I'll close it up on this note. Of course, Cris Carter got up in his face and said, I'm going to beat your behind if you disrespect me again. Of course that happened. Skip Bayless is going to deny it to save face, but of course that happened. Why do I know of course that happened? Because that's what happened when he was talking disrespectful with Shannon. You think if he's willing to disrespect his debate partner for 7+ years, he won't disrespect somebody, who's just passing by the show? Of course he would. Of course he would. You know what I mean? Let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments, man. Crazy. Big JTV, man. The end of Skip. I'm out.